Peace.
That was something.
That was a little something.
It was something.
If somebody remixed it,
Yeah.
and then like looped it,
You know what I was trying to do there?
and vined it.
I was trying to imply that Alice can turn their head around, but because I can't, it didn't really translate.
We were really in sync with the hoo hoo psh, hoo hoo psh.
I want to address something. A lot of people are pointing out the fact that flavors on Oh My Flavors does not have a U in it because on this side of the pond we don't use the U. So,
But there it is right there, look.
Yeah, you can interpret this as a U if you want to. Feel free to make that a U.
Flowers. Oh My Flowers.
Or just be
It's for charity.
Yeah, it's cool,
just buy
man.
it.
Listen, if I could
Don't read it, just buy it.
if I could have a shirt that had said something on it and it was spelled in the Canadian or the English or wherever else way, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. I got it from a different country. So it's a positive.
It's beginning to smell a lot like gravy.
I gotta say that the gravy didn't really get as bad as I thought it would.
Did not. We should have had more in there. No.
Okay.
They had more in there, and we told them to take a little bit
Link,
out.
I'm gonna say
Welcome to Go Mythical More. Rhett has some more blanks.
I'm gonna say
for me
that
to be
there's no
for.
gravy at stake here. You know, I mean, you want to keep doing gravy?
Let's start eating this.
Okay.
Like every one I get right, you got to take a bite out of this and down it.
The woman who wrote blank, a nursery rhyme about another woman, also played an integral role in making Thanksgiving a national holiday.
She made Thanksgiving a national holiday, and she wrote a nursery rhyme about another woman that wasn't herself. Is that what you mean by another woman?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say the nursery rhyme
Well, you just the name
about
of
a woman.
You could
That's
say the
not
whole
her.
thing if you want. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her stuffing and cranberry sauce.
Oh.
Let's make Thanksgiving a national holiday because I'm the boss. It rhymed. That was the original.
Unfortunately, it's incorrect. That's a good guess, though. It's actually Mary Had a Little Lamb. But if I said a woman who wrote
Little
a
Miss
nursery rhyme
Tuffet.
about a woman and her pet, you would have gotten it. It would be too easy. And Little Miss Muffet or Mary Had a Little Lamb, what are the other choices? What's another nursery rhyme?
But there was a spider, and I would have probably still guessed Little Miss Muffet.
Was that her pet? Was the spider her pet?
Along came a spider and sat down beside her
And she adopted
and
it as a
frightened
pet.
Miss Muffet away. And is that how it ends? Let's pick it up with the spider. And then the spider
Was
sat on the
adopted.
tuffet.
What's a tuffet, first of all?
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet. It's the thing that muffets sit on.
Actually, this is pretty interesting.
It's a footstool or a low seat.
Yeah, it's like sitting on the coffee table.
AKA a footstool or a low seat.
If it was Little Miss Ottoman, it was Little Miss Pottoman sat on the ottoman,
Would have still worked.
well, maybe we should do that.
Little Miss Ottoman.
Little Miss Bottoman
So,
sat on an ottoman.
Sarah Hale,
Bottoming out.
she was a magazine editor, and I don't know exactly why, she really wanted Thanksgiving to be a national holiday. So she had a 17-year letter writing campaign to the people in charge. And finally in 1863, when Abraham Lincoln was president, he gave in and said, all right, let's make it a national holiday. Because it was not, I think it was just something they did in Sarah's family.
Huh. That's one more thing that Lincoln can be known for.
Macy's is the world's second largest consumer of blank.
Macy's is a consumer?
It sure is.
I get it.
It sure is.
Helium.
Wow, Link.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day bread. How do you think those things stay afloat? Stevie's jaw drops when because I'm getting things right. She's like, he's actually knowing stuff.
He's red.
What?
There's a helium shortage. You heard about that, right?
You know what? I've not only heard about it. I'm part of the problem.
Oh.
Yep. I'm a big driver for the shortage.
But you know,
I have a lot of
one man who just likes to talk with helium in the mirror is not anything compared to like a giant Garfield.
Oh, that's not what I do with it.
Oh. I'm gonna move right along.
But you have the #1 consumer, right? Did you read that?
Rhett, but who's the #1 consumer of helium in the world? Because that's not Macy's. They're like #2.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said, yeah.
What
Macy's is #2.
What is the
There's
one?
#1, the U.S. government.
The U.S. government.
I knew they were
Blimps,
always talking high like that.
Blimps?
Isn't that
Dirigibles?
right? Didn't
I
that
think
blimp
so,
not
yeah.
go so well?
They probably use helium.
Are they
in
working
some
on a
kind
blimp?
of
There was a blimp recently, wasn't there?
like weapon?
Yeah.
They got something.
A blimp drone?
Yeah.
It's like a helium
They're
laser.
working with blimpies. They're doing something.
Hit them with a helium laser. They'll start disrespecting one another because they all sound like children.
Just give me another one. Blanks, give it.
It's been documented. Link, it's been documented.
Okay. Which
that
means
when
we're making
the U.S.
this up.
Air Force would do flyby tests, breaking the sound barrier, nearby turkeys would blank.
Are these turkeys that have been bred for their size? Because then I know they can't procreate.
It could be.
So that's not it.
It could be try to reproduce. That could be when they hear those sonic booms. Put that turkey baster away. Give me a shot.
Turkeys what? Die. Sadly, they die.
Sad. You really care about these turkeys. You know what? I appreciate that.
I think sonic booms kill turkeys. Sonic's boom killed turkey.
They do. They drop dead from cardiac arrest.
I was right.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Gee. It should be Thanksgiving every day. Gee whiz. Gee willikers, I'm smart about this Thanksgiving.
That's actually how the U.S. government prepares turkeys for the
Troops.
military.
Sonic bust.
Now, I know that you know this. You definitely know this one. If blank had his way, our country's national bird would be a turkey instead of a bald eagle. Oh, I would have thought you would have known this.
Why would I know this?
It's just one of those things.
If blank had his way.
It's one of those things you just hear about multiple times in school growing up. At least.
Oh, that's a hint. So it's
At
not.
least I did.
It's not like a current presidential candidate. If blank had his way, the turkey would be the national bird. What's the guy's name?
That's not a good sign.
I'm on such a roll. The one that you say I need to get right is the one that I don't know the answer to. So I'm really going to... Ted Nugent.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin?
Yeah, well, because we made that decision a long time ago, like back at the founding of the country.
Yeah, but it's constantly being questioned by Ted Nugent.
And he really, Benjamin Franklin thought that the wild turkey was an amazing thing.
When I go home, and I will for the holidays, to see my mom and her husband Lewis.
Yeah,
technically my stepfather, but I just call him Lewis because they got married after I got married to my wife. So it's like, well, you're not my stepdad. You're just a really awesome guy who's married to my mom,
Right. Yeah,
who has a lot of land, and we go out.
has a lot of land.
Go out back there in the land on a what they call a gator.
Yeah,
It's not an alligator. It is a 4-wheel drive green truck type thing.
Like a high-powered golf cart.
And we see turkeys back there. And I don't think they're amazing looking creatures.
Apparently they're a lot smarter than you think.
I don't think they're stupid.
And apparently they really like freedom.
And was that Franklin's reasoning?
Yeah. On Thanksgiving
Turkeys
Day,
love freedom just like us.
Yeah. Which I think I understand. why they
Everyone
went
loves
with the
freedom,
eagle because
by the way.
The eagle just exudes freedom, right? Like flying anywhere he wants to go, and you know, dive bombing, and there's all kinds of things that he's doing. Okay, on Thanksgiving Day, America will eat blank turkeys.
Cooked turkeys. Don't eat raw turkeys, people. That's my answer. Because if the answer's a number, I know I'm not getting it right.
Let's have some fun, though.
All right.
Think about the population.
I'm so bad
Think about
at numbers.
Okay,
Number guessing.
What do you think the population of the U.S. is? Let's just start there.
No. Then I'll look even more stupid. So let me just answer the question. What is the question again? How many turkeys
are consumed? You could figure this out. You know what? Start with the world population, which you know that, right?
Roughly.
Okay.
6 billion people.
Well, it's about 7 now.
Oh, 7 now?
But, and then how many are in the U.S.?
I have no clue. Most of them are in like China probably though. So, let's say there's 1 billion people in the U.S. Is that right?
That would be about almost 3 times as many as we actually
Divided by 3.
Yeah.
Well, I was counting women and children. What kind of jerk are you? You don't count women and children?
There's between 350 and 400 million. I don't know what the exact number is now. Let's just say there's 375 million people in the U.S. I don't know. I haven't checked lately.
And then, so if there's 300, man, I still think that I don't eat turkey. So you're taking me out. So there's -1.
Okay. All right, this is going to take a while. How many others do you think there are like you? And then, of course, people split turkeys.
I'm gonna say 6. I was gonna say 6 million turkeys. That's way too many. 5 million turkeys.
45 million turkeys.
Really?
Yeah, which basically means that there's
how is there that many turkeys? Period.
There's a little more than a turkey for every 10 people. Or a little less than a little more than a turkey.
That's purchased on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So you think about all the gatherings out there, and you got the average size of the family. If the average size of the family is 4 people, give or take, and then almost everybody gets turkey, like at least 80%, right?
I just approach all of these type of questions with a certain level of defeat that's like, thanks for making me feel great. Like, I was feeling great about this game until it came down to like the numbers thing.
You can redeem yourself with one last number question. How many calories will the average American consume on Thanksgiving? And this is a range. And if you get anywhere inside of the range, you'll be the man. And you can leave happy and proud.
The amount all day, because I still eat breakfast.
Hey, man, I don't get breakfast on Thanksgiving. Who do you think I am?
The average, again, this is still a tough one for me.
We're working that part of your brain so the neurons can actually begin to work.
I'm also giving people at home time to formulate their answer.
Right, they're doing
without being influenced by me.
Because
I'm not doing any math. I'm going totally on gut here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, if you ate like 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day, you might, depending on your weight, you might be doing all right. I'm gonna say 2,500 calories. That's low. 4,100 calories.
Hold on, I'm just trying to figure out how your brain works, because you just basically said that the average is 2,000 to 3,000. You were right. 2,500 because it's Thanksgiving,
that's low.
The day where we eat all of the food.
Yeah, I said that's low, so then I changed it.
Yeah.
What did I change to? 4,100.
Yeah,
that's what I changed it.
You're right, Link. It's between 4,000 and 6,000 calories. So you're
still on the low end, but I was in there.
You're in the
range. I can celebrate it. Yes.
Now here's the last thing I'll say is I guarantee you
that you eat 8,000 calories.
I eat 10,000 calories on Thanksgiving. There's not a chance that is a low number. I eat so much food, period.
You should call the plumber before. You should go ahead and schedule the plumber.
No, my pipes are used to it.
Let's not.
My pipes are really used to it. It requires about 8 hours of exercise to burn that off, Link.
Good gracious.
Happy exercising. You know what? You can go ahead and exercise right now to get a little head start on that, and then you can eat as much as you want.